What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So I'm in the middle of a conversation with one of my longtime audience members. So shout out to No House. We're having this conversation about platforms and what they provide. And sometimes I think the temptation for a lot of folk on the different platforms is to point out a game that's going to push or boost a platform forward. I don't think that's a good way to evaluate a console. In fact, just recently, the college football game that EA just dropped actually boosted Xbox, sales because that game is a, new generation console game. It's not even available on PC. So anyone who's like an NFL, fan or a college football fan who wants to play that game has to actually make their way to buy a console. So the Series S was just positioned to be that console that's, cheap enough, or you can get the game and play the game if you're about that. But I don't think anyone who's an Xbox fan, which I'm not, should even be bothering celebrating that, because the best thing about a platform, in my opinion, or if you actually look at it from a data set, customer use, customer response sense, is that that platform can independently provide value without any external factor that you have to add to it. So an EA game selling more copies of more units of Xbox is not something that Xbox should sit down and be jiving about. But the price of the Series S is something that Xbox can celebrate because they provided a next-gen entry-level console that is affordable for a lot of people. On the side that you can look at it again is if you think about, say, any other platform, you can go in and evaluate those platforms based on what it is that they offer. So this conversation is stemming from GTA 5 again. For some reason, whenever I actually, go and tell people like, hey man, this GTA 5 talk with, PlayStation should not be a flex because it's a game made by Rockstar. It's going to sell a lot of copies to Rockstar's own credit that they have a game and a franchise that can sell that much. But the game's going to be on other platforms as well. So why is it something that, people are talking about in terms of, oh, this is going to be a big thing for, PlayStation is going to be a big thing for, selling more PlayStation consoles? Why should PlayStation require a third-party game to sell more consoles and people think that that is a good thing? PlayStation should be able to sell PlayStation consoles because of the console and what the publisher themselves and the platform holder can provide. So let's go ahead and look at this in a much more, in my opinion anyways, detailed way. And we're going to start from the the different major PC platforms so that we can see this whole thing play out. I'm going to start from Steam on purpose because Valve is one of those companies that doesn't make a lot of games. Now, they have some games that are heavy hitters, Dota, Counter-Strike, and all the others that are live service games that are basically churning money for them back and forth. But they're also pretty much taking a lot of, third-party 30% fees. But what does Valve have special for them with Steam? It's simply the fact that Steam affords you a plethora of functionality, all kinds of crazy stuff that you would not believe is capable, that a platform is doing at the same time. Even a child mode where children are now on a, it's insane how much stuff that Valve has on Steam going for them. This is why a lot of people pretty much ignore Epic Games, even though Epic Games gives you free games, 2 free games, almost every so many weeks. And then they'll give some heavy hitters in terms of titles. If I open my Epic Games library for you guys are going to be shocked. Like, I have so many video games that I've gotten for free that are insane, but I hardly play many of them because the library and Epic Games' services, in terms of their video game side, does not appeal to me. It's not really fun for me to basically use. I mean, here it is if you want to see it by yourself. And so this platform basically giving away a bunch of free games is not even something that is appealing to a lot of gamers simply because its competitor is giving something different. So in this scenario, you're going to see one of the reasons why many people ignore, in fact, most PC gamers ignore Epic Games. Even if they have games on there, I have Death Stranding. What is this? I got the free Death Stranding game. I haven't played it. I think the only game I've played on here is like a little bit of Godfall. I bought that one because I think it was an Epic Games exclusive. I think it didn't come on Steam, and I didn't know the game was not going to be appealing to me. And a few other free games here and there. Now, if there's a game that I really, really want to play, and I have it on here, I'll play it because I don't want to buy it twice. But that's about it. Now, another PC platform that's a heavy hitter that does a really good job and has its own value proposition is Good Old Games. In Good Old Games here, its unique proposition is that any game you buy here is DRM free and you own the game. In fact, let me tell you how insane it is. Cyberpunk 2077, right? The full game itself, right? You can still play the OG version of Cyberpunk 2077 if you want, but it's only available here on Good Old Games because you own the game. When you bought the game, you actually have the game. So if you open up the game and if you go to the library, this is saying let me go to my games. If you go to your games and you click on the title itself, let me see if I can find it. Cyberpunk 2077, it will ask you what you want to download. And then once you actually want to download the game itself, it actually has the Cyberpunk 2077 1.63 legacy version. Good Old Games even gives you PlayStation games and Xbox games that you are buying on those platforms, but you only own a license to, but you get a DRM-free version on here on Good Old Games. You can buy games like God of War. I haven't done the buying of a lot of the PlayStation games multiple times here because I'm waiting for them to really get marked down. You can buy all those games. Let's see, new releases on sale RPG. Let's just go to all their games and just look at God of War and look at some of the other games that are on PlayStation. And you have the DRM-free versions of those games. God of War, like it's here. It's insane. You can buy a DRM-free version of God of War that you actually own compared to the digital version on PlayStation that you probably don't own. If they decide to delete it, it's gone. But here you have a DRM-free version of the game, DRM-free. So this platform and Steam, they have their unique propositions. Epic, it's trying to make the free games its unique proposition, but even still, they're third-party external games that they're signing all this, whatever with, and it's not giving value to the platform. When you look at PlayStation and look at Xbox, Game Pass has already become Xbox's big flag and value proposition. And it's inarguably the best value proposition for a subscription service that you have in gaming right now, especially when you compare it to the console PlayStation Plus. Because PlayStation Plus, when you look at all of its plans, and I've seen people tell me that, PlayStation is not about their subscription services. And I'm like, you got to shut up and get the heck out of here with that kind of lie that you're trying to tell me, simply because we remember when Game Pass was making headway this generation, PlayStation gave you their collection of about 20 games that you could play if you had a PS5. Remember that? And then they took it away. So they took away that value proposition from their own player base and are charging more money now for you to be able to get that same thing that you were getting. I can't hear a PlayStation player try to tell me this stuff because I'm a PlayStation player myself. So I look and I'm like, let's point everything out. Let's lay it all out because you're not going to try to run one past me that I don't know about. Essential, extra, premium. Premium, what are you getting? You're getting Ubisoft Plus, boohoo, big deal. Monthly games, everybody's getting that, and other platforms, exclusive content. You're paying for cloud storage. This is why I'm on Steam, guys. This is why I'm leaving console gaming. This is why I basically was like, I can't believe I'm paying for cloud storage for a save file that's literally kilobytes. It's literally nothing in the grand scheme of things. That 30% they're collecting from these third-party publishers, even Call of Duty 30% alone can pay for all the cloud saves for all PlayStation users. But they still make you pay extra for it again. The same with Xbox, don't get me wrong. Not saying that these guys get a free pass, but I'm just saying that once you start stacking the value proposition, you start seeing why PC has grown and has become the second biggest platform overall after mobile, right? And then when you come again and you look at what's PlayStation offering in this time and in this day, it's not bringing out the slew of exclusives that it was because those exclusives are just so expensive. They didn't make a right decision to put those exclusives, all of them, on the PlayStation 4, like Spider-Man 2. They went ahead and just put that on the PS5. And then even the third-party deals that they're, making are starting to get, in a sense, tiring for some, having to chase down where they're going to play the next Final Fantasy game. This is a third-party game anyways. So for someone to say, because PlayStation is, the console that everybody needs to be looking out for, thereby when GTA comes out, PlayStation is going to do this, that's not how you weigh value proposition. Now, am I saying that GTA 6 is not going to sell more PlayStation consoles? I'm not saying that. It will. In fact, my PlayStation 4 Pro was a Red Dead Redemption 2 one. Now, it's not because I wanted to play Red Dead Redemption 2. My PS5 just died. I went to GameStop. I bought the God of War. I like that game. I bought the God of War PlayStation. It was used, the PlayStation 4 Pro. I was trying to upgrade from my PS4 So I got that version used. I traded in a brand new PS4. Well, I said brand new, but it was new to me, a few years old, for that. And then it died on me one day, and I was so upset. So, you know, I went back to GameStop. Thankfully, I had warranty on it, not an idiot, and I paid $20, and they gave me the I think it was like $20 or $40, and I got a brand new PS4 Pro. Just happened to be the Red Dead Redemption 2 version. So yes, I'm sure many people were buying it to get the Red Dead. Many people bought it to get the Red Dead Redemption 2. I also did because I got a free copy of it. So yes, it's gonna push console sales. But that's not the reason I was buying a PlayStation 4 Pro. I was buying a PlayStation 4 Pro because I enjoyed The Last of Us. I enjoyed God of War 2018. That's what a platform should be able to stand on. So please, let's have this argument from a realistic perspective and look at the platforms and weigh them for their merits for real, rather than using everybody else's metric to weigh what these platforms are supposed to be providing. What's so special about GTA 6 on PlayStation or on Xbox? The better version is going to show up on PC anyways. So what are we doing here? What are we even talking about? You can mod, the PC version. You'll be able to do all kinds of crazy stuff with it. It's going to have better performance. It's going to have accessibility where people are going to be able to do all kinds of fun stuff with it. So please, ladies and gentlemen, this is how I think we should look at a platform and base that platform on its own merits rather than using other third-party publisher merits to weigh a platform itself. Because there's nothing really special about them if it's not their own value proposition that they're giving to their own customers. Thanks for watching the video. Peace out.